guys, Jack here, and today we are at my newest park. This is called Plaza area, and this is by far about the biggest street park that I have ever made. Let's just get a quick look here at this place. It is very, very big. It is massive. It is definitely one of the biggest parks I've ever done before. It's even got like an underground section. It's got multiple layers. There's tons of roof gaps. And I definitely think this is my best park. On my last two parks, I focused more on detail than skatability. But on this park, I focused a lot on skatability. And I also learned another thing from dogs. You know, like this park. Another thing that makes parks look really good is how you color things, and like how you color your terrain and stuff. Before, this park was just basically gray, black, and white for the most part on pretty much everything. And dogs suggested that I give it a little bit of color, so I went and I colored. I did this entire. You see this like kind of reddish, kind of I don't know. I guess it's like a reddish, kind of maybe brown, pinkish. I don't know how you describe this color. It's just whatever that color right there is. This reddish brown pink color, and I mixed with like a black. It came out really, really nice, and it looks way better than it did before. But yeah, so I basically went in and I colored like a lot. I colored like pretty much everything, recolored everything. Recolored a lot of the areas. This tunnel was very bland. I gave it walls and recolored it. But yeah, I basically just went and recolored it, and that definitely added in a whole lot more detail to it. And it made the park much, much better. I mean, this park it looks awesome, but it also has so much to skate. Like, it is filled to the brim with stuff. And I actually still have a little bit more terrain room, which I'm going to use to put in some more foliage in like places like that planter right there, and gap right here. You know, like just right in there, because I ran out of foliage. I ran out of room to put in foliage, and I wanted to do a little bit more foliage work. So when I get the merge glitch going again, I'll come back in and edit it. And then like this bank right here has you can kind of see it. It's like it's not really fully sunk in all the way on that side. I think it might be this side as well. Yeah, it's just this side right here. It's this one right here. It's not fully sunk in, and I can't do it unless I have the merge glitch to sink it into there. So I have to get the merge glitch working again in order to fix that. But yeah, so I guess I'll go through and break down basically how I did everything here. Where to start? There's a lot of cool stuff I did in here. So I guess I'll just start with these pillars right here, these 4 pillars on this awning, I guess. What I'd use these to make is the billboard. This billboard right here. You can do a lot of stuff with this billboard. You can make a pretty nice ledge out of that right there. This billboard really comes in handy. You can really make some awesome what's the word here? Poles, I guess, support beams. You can really do some cool stuff with that. And then how I did this zebra thing is it was just 2 of these things, and I just flipped one over and put them together so you wouldn't see the grass on either sides. And then I used some AG wedges to just make the little things. And then this, once again, I've used this in the past, but this is it's one pillar. I use them as pillars, but they're university signs moved together, and you just gotta tweak them a little bit so the university writing isn't shown on either side of the sign. You just gotta like move the sign like slightly off to one side, and it does it perfectly. And you can't really even tell that it's like a little off-sided. But yeah, so that's how you do that. And then how I did this brown texture right here. It actually has a lot of nice detail in it. It's actually the top of the Victorian houses. I guess, well, this is the bottom of the Victorian houses, but the top has that is what I use to make this I guess, like circle-y kind of box, the Victorian houses for that, which comes out really good. And once again, you don't want to color all your foliage a light shade of purple. You want to mix around the colors with it to make it look a little more natural, and not everything should be like the same angle. You want to turn it and stuff, you know, to make it just look more natural, because nothing's really the same in nature. Or even when you like have a garden that's like planted a specific way, it's still going to differ and vary in places. So it still wants to change. Like I didn't arrange the bushes really in a certain way there, just kind of thrown in. How I did this, some of you are wondering how I did this, like the vine kind of bush on the wall here. Basically what it is you take a tree and you just gotta tilt it like on the top till you get like one angle that's just perfectly in the wall right there, like that. Like because it has different. If you look at this tree right here, you can see that it has like all these different like side jutting areas. Like you could put that in the wall. And, like you see how like it kind of goes out weird angles like that. So that's how you sink it into the. You can just turn it and then you gotta sink it into the wall. It's a little funky, hard to do. But also another thing you can do with these trees is you can combine them. Like basically what I did here is I took another. Oh, I can actually move that. That's awesome. But yeah, I basically just took another tree and I put it in the same exact place and I just turned it 180 degrees or 90 degrees, I guess. So you know, it looks like they're like it has multiple different branches, and it also adds a little bit of thickness more to the tree. And then I kind of supersized it in this one. I put in like maybe 3 trees all combined at different angles and stuff. So like it has like a lot of different branches. It makes it much bigger and much better. And then another thing that I've been building a whole lot with more now is I really, really like. I used a lot of these. I probably used about maybe 30 or 40 of these in the entire park. But it's just this tunnel because it has a lot of texture. I mean, it's got the brick texture and then it has this nice tile texture, and it's big too. So you can like it's really good for making like walls and floors and stuff. I mean, like all my walls are pretty much made out of that. A lot of my floors are too. I really am a fan of this roofing component now too. It makes some really nice floors. I use that a lot. Yeah, so yeah, I use those a lot. Like I started with these 4 tunnel sections right here, and I built the park around it. And and they wouldn't snap into place, but it actually kind of worked out. Oh, I didn't even notice that piping. That piping's not supposed to be there, but it actually looks kind of good. I actually like that. But yeah, but they wouldn't snap into place, so it had these natural gaps. I was like, oh, I'll make a cool little spot. But then I made this cool gap right here, like into this gap section right here, which is just made out of. I really also like these ledges now. I use these ledges to make this bank, and then I always like to top things off with like rails now, or yeah. So that adds in a nice little bit of detail. Yeah, I use the ledges and the rails for like this entire section right here. This is actually AG wedges, and I use another roofing component for that. And then this is just some rocks and some bushes sunk in. But yeah, so yeah, I wasn't able to get enough speed going, having to pop over the gap. So I took the ledges once again, and I put it on in like industrial, and I sunk it in. And then I took another ledge on it was on fuck, what's the word here? It was on like park or whatever, like the gray kind of concrete look. And I took 2 of those. I stuck them in to make it look a little bit better. So that's how I did that. And then I believe, yeah, this is another billboard, which I sunk in, and I capped that with a rail. So you can also grind it for the stair set. It also acts as a little kicker to get enough speed to make like these gaps and stuff. And now when I'm doing foliage, like the kind of foliage like this and this, what I really love now to do, you can really do little detailed foliage, or you can do big bushes. But there it is. It's this thing right here. This right here, when you sink it into the ground, you can really do a little detailing in with the foliage, or you can make big bushes, you can do trees. Like, it comes in really handy, and I like to use it a lot. And also, when I'm doing grass now, I really, really love, because you can make some really awesome grass. But it's like this wedge kind of grass piece in the terrain. I put it on the lowest like height setting, you know, like how like you can make it bigger, like thicker. I guess the lowest thickness setting. It's not the triangle piece. It's kind of got like it kind of like comes together in the middle. And or with the merge glitch on, you can just really tilt this into a lot of cool different positions, and you color it like a shade of purple. You can really make some awesome kind of just like grass with it. I really like using it now for a lot of things. And then I also made this awesome bank here, which basically is AG wedges for this top section, and then this tunnel once again on both sides to make gaps, and I put some grass in between. Put a little half-width ledge there using the stairs for that. Put a tree in the middle. Came out pretty good. These stairs right here I use the quarter pipe, the sand van quarter pipe, colored a couple different colors. Once again, it's just these ledges. I really do like these ledges now. You just guessed how I did the black was just another one sunk in there at a right angle. At a good angle. And then these stairs right here, I used this roofing component, and I colored it at like I believe it was, what color was it? It was, yeah, that color right there. It's selected. And then oops, a daisies. And then how I did the black. Actually, I don't know how I did the black. Let me click on that. If I can get a hold of it. If I can just get a hold of it. Oh yeah, that's what I thought. I used the ledges once again, and I colored them black, and that's how I did the stair set. And this is the first time that I've, in a very long time, that I've actually put in a rail that the game created. I normally create my own rails, but I just thought it looked pretty good in there, so I just didn't brain cramp it. And then how I did this right here is the black is the roofing component again, and it colored a shade of black, and then these are the it's the grass, and when you flip it over, it has a brick style on it, and I colored that a shade of red. How I did this stair set right here is once again the ledges. I just kind of sunk them in, made them smaller, tweaked it out, ledge, ledge, ledge. I really do like the ledges. I made this awesome bench right here. This crazy awesome bench. It is. It's just I use the. I'm drawing a blank. The rails, I guess it's the catwalk supports put on factory setting, and I colored it different shades of brown to make like the wood feel. Put some black factory things in there to add supports, and then the bottom section of the bench is this bench. I used a bench to make a bench, but yeah, and it also makes a nice little gap right here because you can gap over the bench. And I just copy it. Oh, I originally had put it in like I don't know. I think it was right there, and I had just copied and pasted it a couple times and put it in a couple different places. Then I made this nice little gap right here. I just colored this black, and I put some Zen pillars to support it, and also give it a little look. And it goes into this nice bank or stair set right here. And how I did this stair set is once again ledges. I'm really loving these ledges now. And I took Zen archways, colored them black, and I just sunk them in, and that's how I did it. This entire thing. And then, but for this white part, I didn't use ledges. I actually just capped it off with a white rail. So it also kind of looks like I used the same white again, but it's slightly different. And then there was a little space right here between the floor and things, so I just took some catwalks, and when you sink them in just right, like so, it looks like a little drainage kind of vent. And then how I did this floor texture is it's actually just maybe 2 or 3 of this road right here. I think it's 3, 1, 2, yeah, 3. And then I did these windows, and I just colored them different colors all the way around, but it's the sky lights. And then I put a black ledge on top and another black ledge on the bottom, and then 2 of these ledges off to the sides just to kind of box it in, give it like a more textured kind of feel. And I used that all over the entire place. I put those in a couple places. That's just a black ledge. And then I made it so you could transfer into here. So this is actually one of these things, one of the tunnels again. All these banks are tunnels too. That bank, this bank, this bank, this bank. That's also a tunnel. So yeah, I use tunnels all throughout there. I really like the tunnels, and then I put another black ledge on top so it would be grindable, because some of the sides of the tunnel aren't grindable. Then I sunk a basic ledge into there. I mean a basic vert ramp into there, so that you could either if you don't make the top grind right here, you can grind along top. You can just if you're popping out from one of these ledges. So say you go up one of these ledges. Say you do one of these big gaps right here, and you come down here, and you got a lot of speed. So you pop up on this, then you can try to grind across, or you can just go into the transfer, or you can try to do the gap. But yeah. So I made it like that, and then I did it again. I did another one over here, and I really like this one because, well, let's just start off how I make it. AG wedges for the top, tunnels to make both sides. I put just another basic black ledge. Put grass there, because it makes a nice little gap in between. That makes a nice little gap that you can do. So just made some grass there, another grass there. Once again, I really do like to use this for to make foliage. I mean to make the grass, and a couple trees combined right there, and this is just a basic tree. And then I sunk a tree in between, so when you gap in between, if you get off if you can get some really good pictures here, is basically what I'm trying to say. Like when you do this gap, you can get some. It's my favorite part in the entire park. It looks really good on film, and taking pictures and stuff, and when you're skating it too. It's just a lot of fun. I made this big huge gap right here. Like I'm saying, I really love this thing. It's awesome. And it got some rocks, and then I was running out of foliage, so I put in some trees. And it just goes into the tunnel again. To the tunnel, and then I also really like this the electrical box now, just to make a little ramp to make it a little bit easier. I use electrical boxes also for this entire little ledge right here. And then this is the half tunnel, I guess half pipe, half of the big pipe to do that entire detail, and I also used it here. I rotated it a little bit so I could have a space right there, so you could do like a gap down into there. But so to make it look smaller, if you look, you can kind of see how it's glitching right there. But yeah, I rotated it just slightly, so it looks like it's one like smaller kind of, instead of just like two really big ones, like it would be like this. I just slightly tweaked it. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Let's see. I did the stairs. Let's see. Oh yeah, I did these banks, ledges again. These ledges again with the rail sunk in. The windows, as always, are these, I guess, bus stop things. And then how I did this right here is it's just the kink. I just sunk it into the and then I just capped it off with these rails going all the way around, just to give it like that top feel, because there's a teleporter which when you go up to this door, it teleports you up here, and then you can gap down from this roof onto these ledges, or you can come over here and you can go down into this bank. This gap to this bank doesn't work on hardcore, unfortunately. It looks like it should, but it doesn't. Also, in online sessions, sometimes the teleporters don't work, so it sometimes teleports me outside of the map. It normally teleported me like right here. So if you get teleported outside of the map, you can just run around and go up the stairs and just hop over this little wall. And there's also another secret teleport. If you go over here, you just gotta get to like the end of this ledge. This ledge doesn't really have any working gaps, I guess. I mean, I think this gap might work, but I don't think it works on all difficulties. So there's a little secret teleporter here, which teleports you to here on top of here, so you can do like gaps down into there. You could maybe try something into there. I don't really know. But yeah, so and this teleporter works so far for every person. It's worked perfectly in an online session. It's always teleported everyone there. So that's worked so far pretty good. Oh, I completely forgot about this stair set. So this is a curved stair set, and I used ledges and just rails set to the factory settings. And then this is, once again, I've showed you guys how to do this in the past. This is how am I doing for time here? Oh, this is a long video. There's a lot of stuff in here. It's gonna take a while to upload. It's just these. This is a Skate Crate DLC. It's a pipe. It's like part of a half like a pipe, and then I sunk another. It's colored one black, and I put another one in there with whatever shade this is right here. And it's just two. It's two of those like half kind of weird things. Then it's a half pipe, just half of a normal pipe for that. And yeah, pretty much just did that all the way around. I had to rotate the stairs. I had to rotate the ledges as I was going, and then it's all kind of just like sunken into this rock right here to cover it up. I always like to cover it up with rocks because it looks the best. I think that's everything. Sorry that this video is so immensely long, but if you have stuck with me for this entire almost 20 minutes, you guys probably know how to make a whole lot more stuff. You know, it's one thing I definitely learned from the Gorilla Cult is simpler is sometimes better. You can make a lot of cool things with just very simple things. It doesn't have to be complex or crazy. And it's just all about how you position and make it and how you color it. It's just if you know how to work the objects, you can make the simplest thing look absolutely amazing. You can take just simplest ledge, like those ledges. They're very simple, you know, very basic thing, but it's just, you know, it's all about how you make them. And you can make them really into some beautiful stuff. Really into some awesome stuff. But yeah, I already uploaded this place, but I actually went back in and changed the coloring, and I'm going to be adding more foliage and tweaking a couple things. So the version that I did upload is not complete. It's the before non-colored kind of, I guess you could call it, boring version. But if you guys want to download the park, I will show you. I have a little tutorial that I made for that, so I'm going to link that below in the description, and it should probably be some sort of link to that video. Should also be popping up on your screen either, I don't know, maybe a couple seconds ago, maybe right now. Might be up there. Might already be gone. I don't know. I'll have to decide when I'm editing the video when I want to put in that little description link. And if you watch this video, I guess yeah, never mind. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, I'm just going to be putting. There'll be a link. You can go watch my tutorial on how to download my parks. And I probably later today, probably even before I upload the video, I'll probably delete that other one and re-upload this place with the color. Or I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. That's up to you guys. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this video. I really hope you guys liked it. I hope you like this park. I hope you go download it. I hope you go give it 5 stars, give it a good rating. You know, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.